Now, welcome to another news from Naboo with Thor's
With
Lightning
more
Dicks.
news.
Actually, there's not much news today, is there?
There's three news stories.
All right,
That's around our average, I believe.
I think so. All right, let's get to them.
Okay, first story up today, we have a rumor from my boy Kenobes.
Kenobes, yes. And this is spoiler potential warning.
Yeah, we'll
alert.
throw all the good spoiler alerts out there because even the source that I got this from was like, don't show pictures in the thumbnail because they really strongly believe in this one.
Oh,
So
do they not always strongly believe in these leaks and rumors?
no,
they're bringing out?
sometimes I like just throw it up there and like, yeah, look, rumor, woohoo. But this one they're like, please be more cautious with this one for people who are avoiding spoilers.
Okay, well, I think we've given them enough time to skip to the next story, so...
Onward. So a familiar bounty hunter is going to show up in Kenobi, and I don't mean Mando.
It's his 2 episodes in the middle.
Forlom is supposed to appear in the show. There are no specifics as to what he's going to be up to, but we do know it's going to be a bigger role. Definitely bigger than when we saw him in Empire Strikes Back.
What? That was a major role. He stood there and...
I mean, there's no news if Zuckuss will be with him. I always think of those two as a pair for some reason.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
they-
Forlom and Zuckuss, always together. Buddies for life.
Yeah, they flipped names at one point along the way as well, because one looked more robotic and the other looked more bug-like, so they kind of changed the names around.
Which is which?
They kind of, I know, they both look a little bug-like, so I'm not exactly sure. But, okay, Forlom in Kenobi, I guess, sure, why not?
Why not? At least it's not Mando.
Well, we don't know that for sure, do we?
We do not. But I'm just saying, at least it's a different character.
Sure.
I mean, I would have liked him to see someone like Embo, but Embo I kind of
Embo
think of
would
more
be
as a
cool.
good guy bounty hunter.
He's not as shady, I think, even though he's
I think he
shady
takes
in
more
that
legit
hat.
jobs
Sure.
than Forlom.
All right. Well, I mean, this is one of those rumors. Like, it's okay if he shows up. That's cool. I don't know that people are gonna like, oh my God, Forlom showed up and
So cool.
yeah, oh, it's amazing. Now
This is
my
my
life
dream
is complete.
cast.
I mean, he's cool. You know, he's fine. He's, as you said, he's not really. If you only follow the movies and such, you see him for about 10 seconds in The Empire Strikes Back, and that's it.
He's a
So
protocol droid with a buggy head.
yeah, basically. But no, okay. Again, if it's true, that's fine. If it's not, I probably forget about the rumor and be all right. My life will go on.
Let's move on to our next story. We got some collecting news. I mean, we don't forget about you Lego collectors out there. We know. Plus, they're really cool. So
Oh, I love, like I've said before, I love Legos. They just take up so much space when you already have so much space taken up by other things.
I mean, this is an early leak. Supposedly tomorrow, I think I read somewhere that these are going to be officially announced. But we have 3 new sets that are supposed to arrive in the stores on May 1st, just in time for May the 4th. We have the Star Wars Death Star Trench Run, the Star Wars Dagobah Jedi Training, and the Star Wars Trash Compactor.
The Dagobah one looks the best to me, I think.
Hey now.
Yeah, I said it.
We're gonna talk about each of the sets.
Okay.
First up, let's talk about that trench run. Yes, this is a micro build. Micro build means no minifigs.
Boo.
Well, 'cause
Isn't that like
it's
half the
small.
reason to buy Legos these days? Is the minifigs? Aren't there just...
Yes, but this is clearly a nice designed set. It's for adult collectors.
Sure,
I think all of these nice black box ones are.
I like that the black box means it's more for the older collector, because the older collectors don't buy the
I
other
don't think
ones.
older.
Come on,
Come on, they're not older collectors. They're
Well, I don't
more,
mean-
They're more refined.
All right. Well, I didn't mean like
These are
older collectors, but
These are for the people who aren't gonna take them out of the box, play with them, and lose all the pieces. These are display sets for a more refined Lego collector.
no, yes.
One thing I really like is these new sets all have quotes on their framework. I don't know if you can see it, but the quote on this one is, "The Force is strong with this one, Darth Vader."
He was right too. He called that one.
Right, I do like the look of this set, how the ships really are flying. They're not all at a straight-on angle. I mean, the X-Wing is kind of askewed. They even have the laser fire action. It's a cool-looking
Yeah,
set.
it looks cool.
It's just like a slice right out of the videos.
Right out of the trench itself.
Right out of the trench.
I want the full Death Star Lego. I'm not
No,
talking about the
I-
one you see in Spider-Man that everybody always talks about. No, I mean I want a life-size Death Star in my backyard. Lego Death Star.
Well, it would be bigger than the backyard.
Yeah, it
It would be
would.
bigger than the...
I don't think the neighbors
town
would mind if
live
it
in.
spills over a little bit, right?
Whatever, you're done. Alright, next set, we've got the Dagobah Jedi Training. So with the set, it looks like we get Yoda and R2. I really like the trees. They kind of have that weeping leaf thing going on that really sells that swamp aesthetic. Like, I know you saw it. You were like, oh my god, you could see the X-Wing.
You can see the X-Wing's wing
sticking right out of the swamp. The quote on this one is, "Do or do not. There is no try."
Shocking. I would have never guessed
Yoda.
that would be the quote they would use on this.
I was tempted to say R2 just to see what you would say. Beep, 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 beep. R2.
No, it's a very cool looking set. One of my favorite play sets as a kid was the Dagobah play set where it had the foamy swamp action. That's why I immediately went. Come on, it was generic by today's standards, but back then I loved just putting Yoda or Luke down there in the swamp. I also would put action figures in the freezer. I'd put them in like a plastic cup because of Han and Carbonite. I would put them in the freezer, and then they'd sometimes get discolored.
I wonder why.
I don't know. But yeah, I would freeze them, and then I'd go outside in the summer, and they would slowly melt. And
it's okay. It's like when they give you the mermaid Barbie doll, and the first time you take it into the bath, the hair is it's ruined forever. All right, last set to look at. We've got the trash compactor. With this set, we're getting Han, Luke, Leia, and Chewie. It's got around 800 bricks, from what I know. And the quote on this is, "One thing's for sure, we're all going to be a lot thinner." Han Solo. I mean, if you really look at the set, you can actually see the Dianaga eye coming out.
I would hope so. How would you not have the Dianaga in there?
I know, it's so cool looking.
It's a nice smaller set, a little
nice small display collector set, so you could just set it on a desk and it's gonna look nice.
Yeah,
It's not gonna look hokey or cheesy.
Well, maybe a little, but
maybe a little.
I'm just kidding. It looks good. I like all three sets, though. Again, room is always an issue with Legos, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we already have Bag End, so
yeah,
it takes up all the space.
It does take up a lot of space,
and we're never getting rid of it.
I didn't say we would.
Not for Star Wars, not for anything. That's my Bag End.
All right, Bilbo.
Mine.
I'm not the Sackville Bagans
apparently,
here, all right?
Ian McKellen stole the key to Bag End, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, last bit of news today is our off-topic piece of the day. Avatar 2 trailer on the way.
Yay.
Woohoo! James Cameron's Avatar came out in 2009, and finally, we're going to be getting a look at a movie I've been waiting for 13 years. Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny? There was there was a 16-year gap between Return of the Jedi and The Phantom Menace. That's very close to the same gap.
It really is.
But for me, I mean, considering how young I was for that gap, that felt like an eternity. Whereas this, it's like, wow, Avatar's 13 years old now?
Well, and plus, you had an end to your story.
Sure.
You didn't know you were going to be waiting for a prequel.
Oh, I was waiting for a prequel.
Avatar,
I was actually waiting for a sequel, let's be honest. I never, during those years, I never considered going backwards. I was like, come on, let's
But Avatar, they immediately announced, we're making another one. And I'm like, someday.
But yeah, I mean, I never thought about prequels, though, going to Star Wars. The idea was kind of, I mean, there wasn't prequel films back. I mean, the prequels kind of started the idea of making prequel films. Though someone in the comments was like, no, actually, Thor, the first prequel film was, but by all means, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, on the screen you should also be seeing a picture of concept art that was for this movie someday, you know? Avatar 2 began filming in 2017 and is said to have, again, groundbreaking technology.
I was just going to ask, is this, because that's what the big deal is. I mean, the story is fine. It's an older story, but it checks out, you know, in the first film. But it was somebody asked me in the comments yesterday, like, what was the big deal with the first Avatar film? It's like, seeing it in the theater was the big deal.
Absolutely. It was revolutionary for its time.
It spawned a whole slew of films that tried to duplicate it, but never. I mean, it started a 3D craze that never really went anywhere because none of them were Avatar again.
And it elevated CGI to an art form.
It was beautiful. I was awed the first time I saw that movie. I
mean,
it was the first. It was like the first 3D movie where I felt like they weren't just trying to do cheap gimmicks, but you saw like the depth of it. Mm-hmm. There was like a foreground, there was the midground, the back, and just looked glorious. It looked beautiful.
Well, supposedly James Cameron actually had in the late '90s, he had the story done, written, ready to go.
Yeah, it was called
he
Dances
could start
with
filming.
Wolves. I'm just kidding.
But he was waiting for technology to catch up to his vision.
That sounds familiar.
Whatever.
It's George Lucas. Same thing with the prequels. He waited until he could film them the way he wanted to.
All right, so the movie is set to come out December 16th. The trailer that I just talked about is supposed to be coming in the previews for Doctor Strange 2, exclusive to the movie theater.
No.
Exclusive to the movie theater.
No, they're not doing that again, are they?
Oh, you know what? Well, Disney's the one who owns the Avatar properties now. if they want to boost the Doctor Strange numbers to the level we saw with No Way Home, one way that could play a part is if people want to see this trailer, they're going to go see Doctor Strange.
It reminds me of I think it was Attack of the Clones episode 2 that was premiered before Monster Inc. back in the day. You had to actually go see it in the theater. I mean, you could also see it on TV, I think there was, but you couldn't actually watch it online, if I'm remembering right. You had to go see it in the theater. That's how you used to see trailers until they realized what a dumb idea that is. Why do we want everybody in the world to see this? But I'm assuming with this, they want the trailer is going to be something special.
It'll probably be for like the first week or something, or until somebody
records
it in the theater and puts a cruddy copy up on their phone.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be long till it comes out online. I'm sure it'll be like 1 week in the theater, and
But this could boost his ticket sales. That's for sure.
Sure.
And then we also had a quote from Zoe Saldana, obviously, big actress in Avatar.
She was the main character.
Yup.
Well, co-star, yeah.
And she got to watch 20 minutes of the new film and said, "I was speechless. I was moved to tears."
Well, that's what she's paid to say. But, I mean, it's always a good sign when they get that dramatic about it, right? I mean...
I don't know. I trust her. She's Queen of the Geeks.
All right. I mean, yeah, she's
Star
been in...
Trek.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Marvel, yeah. Avatar. Queen of the Geeks.
Yeah, she's one of
coming
those.
Along.
Definitely. But no, I'm excited just to see it. I mean, the story of Avatar it's fine. I know we talked about the other day in a video, you are far more into Avatar than I am, which is cool. But no, I'm excited. I hope this is another groundbreaking type movie.
I like to think I'm more well-rounded in my life.
I am like, there's Star Wars at the center of my universe, and then there's things that branch out from there. Whereas
they're far away. Whereas I have a very well-rounded universe.
Not necessarily. I love
like books on the shelf.
I love like Lord of the Rings. I love a lot of Marvel, Thor, X-Men. I mean, there are a lot of things I really enjoy, but Star Wars is the bright, shiny center of my universe, and Avatar is the farthest.
You've heard it first here. I'm not. Star Wars is.
But you know what I mean. You live on the planet Star Wars at the center of my universe.
That's still not the same as being.
No, it's not. But
bright, shining center of your universe.
You're trying though. You're there. You're in the middle.
You're my son.
That's the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. And I just compared you to Star Wars and living on the planet Star Wars.
It's like when you compared me to toys and comics, and you like were holding your hands up above my head and put those way above me.
Not way above. No, you were above them, but it was close because I love collecting.
That's not how it originally went.
No, it was how it originally went.
Then toys.
We're ending this video. That's all we've got for you this time. Now take to the comments below. Tell us what you think about this rumor for Kenobi. Tell us what you think about these new Lego sets. And tell us what you think about Avatar 2. Are you excited? Did you see the first one in the theater? Did you find it mind-blowing? And are you excited to see what they do with this new one? Whatever the case may be, leave a comment below. Let's talk some Star Wars at the bright, shiny center of my universe.
You just love Kenobs.
I do. And until next time, thanks for watching.